the Ricketts family have pulled out. What does this mean for the ownership race? What does this mean for the remaining three bidders left in this ownership race? Let's discuss. Right, firstly, let me quickly read what has been said, what has been released as the reason for why this has happened. Now it is said, and the source is Nick Purewall, and he says that the Ricketts Family Investment Group opted to not submit a final bid due to consortium members being unable to agree the final composition of their offer. Now this is interesting and this is important because the fact that they cannot agree, and I think a lot of people have accepted that no matter which group comes in, the decision process will be slower because whenever it's a group situation, it's a situation where you have to decide something. It's going to be completely different from when we had Roman Abramovich being the owner and only him being responsible, because the group will have to decide on player sales, wage structure, which person come in, how much you spend on, transfer market. So obviously this will be important. So I think people will say that we dodged a bullet when it comes on to the Ricketts pulling out, especially at this point, because if they cannot agree right now, that's not really a good sign, because we already know that the decision process will be slower than in contrast when we had Ruben being the only one making the decisions. This isn't really good because it's not the first time that we've been hearing that the Ricketts family have disagreed. If it's not the family members around each other saying that no, we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't do that. If they have Ken Griffith who wants bigger, shares, and there's no certainty as to the entire reason. Obviously, past this video, we will possibly get more information as to it. But like the Pure said, the reason behind all of this is because they have not been able to agree on the final composition of their offer, so they have not submitted the final bid that was supposed to be sent in, with the deadline being April 14, which at the time of this video would be yesterday. So it's good for fans, and let's discuss two reasons why this is a positive. Now, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are aware that this is positive because of the way that football is going. And yes, I think people know about this. The older fans will be aware of racism being a part of the community, being a part of the fan base. Now, it is important to note that this particular group pulling out, considering the fact that they have this horrible past, and yes, there's something called trying to make it, you cannot change the past, but you can alter the present. And I think this is important because for racial reasons and for religious reasons, it benefits a lot of fans, because fans were coming on saying that they wouldn't stop supporting the club immediately, but they would start having to support it less because of their race, because of their religious beliefs, Islamophobic, attitudes that they were receiving, or they were hearing from the Ricketts, and hearing the past experiences that they've had with that religion. It's not good, if they came in, because it would have been really much of a concern to them, considering the fact that they're still in the race, and who knows, the Way Group has past experiences with the Ricketts. Obviously, Bruce Buck possibly, he pushed for Paul Canoville to meet with them, because obviously he's the first black player to play for the club, and if they get his go ahead, then that they can't really do anything past that, because they've gotten acceptance from somebody who has had to suffer the racist behavior from the fans in the past, when he first played for the club. So it's important that this has happened for the fans who were uncertain of where the club would be heading. So it is good to know that this is happening. But it's fascinating to know this, and I've been saying this. We tend to get these big news on Friday, A couple weeks ago, we received the news that they made it into the final shortlist on a Friday, and it's fantastic to know that this is what's happening now. Yes, it's surprising because people were really scared. I was concerned because I personally, it doesn't really affect me, but I care about a lot of fans. And I mean, if the fans are being affected, with their religion and their beliefs, if their beliefs is believed to be wrong by certain individuals, obviously they're gonna feel a sense that will they be accepted if they want to attend games because of their beliefs of their religion. So it is important that this has happened because it's proving that Chelsea should be going onto higher heights because the remaining three are people that have or they reportedly have the club's best interest at heart. They want to ensure that the club stays in the position that they are and improve on it to expand on their achievements to get back to competing with the greatest teams in Europe, competing to get the league. So it's fantastic to know that this is a situation that's been happening, and it'll be good news for them. It'll be good news for those fans that were concerned, and he will be celebrating. They'll be happy. But we're getting closer to finding out who the owner will be. But to me, I think that we're going to be finding out who that will be in the coming week. It will take some time, but we're edging closer to getting this ownership situation so we can focus on our club, focus on the team that we love, and not be concerned about will we lose certain players, we'll be able to sign players, we'll be able to expand on the squad depth, make the squad depth be full with quality, we'll be able to do that. But it's good to know that this is happening, and it's very good news. Now, the second thing, the final thing that I want to mention in this video is the fact that it's positive news as well because they've had to do unethical things. They had to do things that were, to me, in a sense, to some level, inhumane. They've had to increase the ticket prices at Chicago clubs, to reduce the debt that they had slowly gotten into. And the fact that they had to do this, they had to reduce the accessibility to people who are in wheelchairs. It's not good because we know that all fans, especially in football, fans have the disability. Some fans have their shortcomings, when it comes onto their health. So the inaccessibility for those fans would have become an issue because we know that we have old fans who are old, fans that are not able to walk on their own. They have to get assistance from individuals, their family members, friends, those close relatives to them. So it is important that this is happening because we never know. Death can always happen at any time. In businesses, death can hit anybody at any moment. Losses can happen at any moment. Profits happen at each moment that you think about it. But it's important to know that this situation is good because if at any moment we're struck with a death, we'll have to take some unimaginable actions. And who knows, if they did it at Chicago clubs, I'm not done playing that sport. The baseball sport it's a good sport. I do watch it on occasion, but the football sport takes up a lot of the world's, especially when it comes on to the World Cups and the things like that. Football has a lot of attention. So it's important that this has happened because it just reduces the likelihood of us taking this decision should any issue pop up, with death. Because if they have to be doing this, it's not good. It really isn't good that they have to do this because inaccessibility to certain fans and passionate fans at best, it really isn't good. So it is positive. Everything about this is positive. And yes, people say that their net worth is this, but I keep saying this. Not because their net worth is of a certain level, it means that they are going to be investing this amount. So they have to, invest a certain amount so the club can stay in the category that they are and improve on that to get into a category of improving and to expanding on their achievements, continuously challenging Man City, challenging Liverpool, challenging the teams that want to be winning the European Championships like the Champions League, the Club World Cup, the Super Cup, things like that. So it's important that this has happened because it reduces the likelihood of us having to do these things because if they have done it at Chicago clubs, there's no uncertainty that they will do it at a club if they were, able to come in. So it's important that this has happened. And I'm going to quickly read it again so you can remember this. The Ricketts Family Investment Group opted to not submit a final bid due to consortium members being unable to agree with final composition of their offer. It's important that this has happened. It really is. And reporters think that the protest didn't really have a part to play in it. But when God is on your side, it doesn't matter what people want to do. Just shows me a sign that the club should be going in the right direction. Because if Leeds came in, there'll be a lot of fans that will be distancing themselves. The club will become a banter club. Respectfully, they would have become a banter club. But I'm really happy for the fans that would have been impacted religiously if this had happened. So I'm really happy for them, and I'm really happy that this situation has happened. So I'm just hoping that the remaining three will be able to, get the best in. And like we've heard in the past, it's not about who offers the most. It's about whose background, whose program, and what their plans are, how good it is, how important it will be, to help the team remain in that position that they deserve to be in. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Like I said, the Ricketts family have pulled out of the ownership race. It's tremendous news for a lot of fans. It's a happy moment, and it's a happy Friday on this Good Friday for people who are religious in that regard. Christians, Good Friday. It really is a Good Friday now because Ricketts family have pulled out. Thanks for watching again. Peace. Have a good one. Like and subscribe. Share the video. Coming to get 200 subscribers. Thanks. Peace. See you next time. Come on, Chelsea. Crystal Palace preview will be out in due course.